Hello everybody, I'm Phantom666 and I'm looking at a rather interesting game I found on demo. Abathor Atlantis Landing, the demo for Abathor. It's taking us a bit back retro as an action platformer of the arcade days. Very beautiful in a sense because, well, I'll go to show you. First off, as you can see, you get 4 starting characters. Now, I have played through this demo with all 4 already, which I will be uploading the gameplay footage of that. You got Krantor, your basic barbarian, Seiss, your knight with her shield, Critias, the thief or assassin, depending on how you view that class, and Aziz, who's the basic battle mage you'd see in a D&D campaign. Now, each one has their own advantages and disadvantages, as you'll see in the gameplay footage, even though some are a bit longer than others. With Krantor, he's the barbarian, he's the most basic of the group, who is technically the strongest, but he's also kind of the slowest. But one advantage he does have over most of the others is he has overall the best range with his weapon. Now, there is a fun little fact you get when you play this game, when you get to pick your characters, and you'll see here. Upon clicking each character, you're given a short demo of how they actually work in combat. Now, initially each one looks quite similar and the same, but as you'll see, certain specific actions give them very different motions. And now you'll see with the pickup, there's also a bit of difference. For instance, Krantor, he'll get an axe. Also, as you noticed a bit earlier, he had a special move, which was just a powerful swing. Now, each character has their own specific different move. For instance, let's go to Seiss, or Knight. For instance, she has a parry instead of that power slash, which actually makes her one of the more useful characters, simply because for most of the things, it gives her great defense to stun your enemy temporarily. Her shield dash is also useful in specific things, in blocking projectiles. And as you can see, instead of an axe, she has a straight spear when she uses her item. Now, Critias is going to be a very preferred character for a lot of people, though he does have one weakness compared to the others, is in the fact that he has a straight slash instead of an arc, and also he has the shortest initial range in combat compared to the others. His advantage to the others, though, is that he is the fastest moving character of them all. And as you can see, his special move is a jump up slash, which is great, very useful in getting a couple of enemies and risk-free taking out an opponent. And his unique item to use is a throw knife. Technically, he is weaker than Seiss, but they both are the most utility-wise the best characters to pick when you're starting this game. And we get Aziz, our battle mage. Now, he is technically Krantor with a little bit extra. As you can see, his skill allows him to absorb defeated enemies. However, this is something you have to do very quickly after defeat, so you have a little bit of time there. Now, after a specific amount of enemies have been devoured, you get a damage dash, which allows you to basically one-hit kill any one-hit enemies. However, there is another useful thing for this, because when you get that boost, it also increases the overall range of your actual slash a little bit. Now, Aziz has actually the best pickup item use, because his is a targeted missile technique that follows after opponents for a short period of time to do continuous damage for a period of time. However, to counteract this, it also has the lowest amount provided when picking up this item compared to the others. Okay, now that we've given you a bit of a look at how the characters look on a superficial level, let's actually get into the game. Now, I'm going to choose Sice as well. She's not the overall best of it. She's the one I feel most comfortable on certain occasions, mainly because of her shield ability. Now, I'm going to go with Critias, mainly because he's the fastest of them and he'll be the best to work with to show you all in a timely manner how this game functions. Now, you'll see that each of these guys are dropping coins. Now, that's actually going to be a bit important at the end of each level. One thing I do have to give this game amazing credit for is the actual artwork itself. It's just an amazing way you can look at this beach. I have also noticed that there is distinct differences between enemy characters. For instance, you see the difference between the black and the purple guy. The black roughly matches the same speed as us, while purple is much faster. Now this is actually quite a fun way to combat because he is meant to actually disrupt your healthy timing in combat. Mainly because, as you see, it can put you off your game, so you can end up losing life and getting hit. But as you also mentioned earlier in the whole footage, you can actually hit more than one guy at the same time. But be careful with those plans. 2, 3, 4, 5. The whole sound of the game also feels like how you hear the beach in the background as you move around. Some weapons can do just as much damage as a regular attack. That is actually quite an interesting thing. Never actually tested that before. Now you're going to notice there's actually different types of boxes. For instance, this plain box gives us health. What I'm enjoying about this game is the sheer fact that the jump doesn't feel floaty at all. Which is actually a bit difficult to find in most platformers these days. Now, one thing I want to bring your attention to that you'll actually take notice of by the end of this level is that little image scroll down at the bottom that's keeping track of the amount of enemies you kill and coins you collect. Now you'll see small images above that counter that keeps record. Now that's actually quite important. Now, you'll most likely see this quite clearly by the end of this level, but I'm going to tell you a bit about that now. That is the upgrade system for this game. And it plays an important role in how you play throughout, because it can either make you faster, increase your health, increase the amount of items you pick up, open holes, raise the strong, or increase the amount of money you get. Or, finally, future now, will increase your jump, which is actually incredibly useful in specific levels of the game. Now, this is just a demo, so we don't get very much information, but it is quite useful, even in just certain things. Okay, now this box is also incredibly useful, because while it gives you money as well, like most other boxes, it gives you the health potion. This guy is going to be quite useful for you in specific levels, though it is possible to get through these levels without taking damage whatsoever. One thing I have to give this game to is the music for this game is strong energy. But you also feel that tension there. It shows you just that something important is going on in this game. And here's the next incredibly useful item. Now I'm not going to use it here because it's not as much useful. But I will show you why it is incredibly useful in a bit of a later level. Because it's one of the get specific item. That is one other thing that is very useful about Australia. You've got the dash jump. Use the most mobile of all available. It's actually quite a relaxing platform to go through. You don't feel as stressed going through this thing. Now also see that enemies can't move past boxes, so you can use them as a nice little shield on occasion, depending on the placement. As you can see, you face these specific things, so dashing or attack does act as a bit of a difficulty when it comes to collecting specific items, so be careful with that. You also need to be careful with the way the camera moves, because in certain areas you're not going to be able to see your top or bottom. Now you're going to see why collecting those coins are actually quite important. They act as a specific offering, besides also having high health, which is very good for you. As you see there, it fills that little vase, and when you sacrifice, it gives you a power-up. And our critical strike has been improved. Now we have a chance of doing extra damage on a specific hit. We are now going to a mid-boss level. This level actually gives us quite an interesting look into a specific power-up and a fun little item we're going to get in the game. And here we see another new enemy of the crab variety. You see it takes 3 strikes instead of the usual 1. Oh my, I almost died there. But as you can see, his jump now has attack added to it. Now, important listener, I'm going to learn early on. Don't break every box you see immediately. As you can see, I would not actually be able to make this jump if not for that box. Now we're going to get one of the best items in the game to have. Very useful, but it's actually temporary. So be very careful when you use this. One handle, you choose this as the will actually just disappear from your inventory. Though that may just be something that is understood in its usage, but Hey, you can just see so many corpses in this entire thing. It really gives you the aesthetic of this. It was a refugee ship with people running away for their lives. Don't worry, all heroes will avenge you. One-hitters as well, but they can be dangerous. Now we are at the mid-boss. Now, this is what I say very careful, because this game does bring back one very annoying thing about older platform games like this. Now, it's like the flooded screen with enemies. If you're not careful, you're going to take a hit. Need a hit. And now, with that faster recharge, we can use specific skills more often, because it'll heal, move up faster. As you can see, that little green bar up there, which signifies our skill energy, is moving up much faster. And there's no music. That is a bit of a shame. Just hear the dreading sound of rain. Dash jump is incredibly useful in getting specific reach in certain spaces. We have his knives. As you can see, the game actually gives us a healing. has. Be careful, in the swamp easily. I have to give the credit to Zach. Bosses, that is a beautiful enemy. The combat is quite fair right now in this first round. What I kind of find about the game is it gives a very good idea of how this game works. Specific item usage, how specific enemies work, and how levels work. They give us a hell of a of items. Well, not items, but money. The demo itself is also quite a cool way to show how overall this game works. It's also quite fair because it doesn't feel like it's giving you a full-on difficulty. It slowly ramps things up, shows you the make-off, the boss, specific items and how to finish them and get them. Oh, the power-up is quite an useful item. You have no idea how much that boost helps in specific levels. Now, flying enemies are actually going to be the ones who use the most. Regular enemies, they're fine. You can easily figure out their patterns and flows. The problem is those damn flying birds. You're going to be very careful with them. They're going to be very active, cutting away at your health. And with the character we're currently using on it, it's more annoying because it's a down slash. As you can see this, it becomes a bit of a hassle for you. So while it does have uprise and off, if you've got timing right, you can lose out quite a bit of range to play with. And there's a new clone. With a strike though, it gives us a bit of range attack. Now it's actually quite easy to dodge, just careful about it, but it is quite a pain in the ass. Game is an artist, so I have no idea how the full soundtrack will go. And so far it feels quite boppy. Like it could be the next Castlevania music. having that range throwing item is quite useful with all other guys except for the actually the battle, the worst item, throw item to use. His axe is not useful, but what is useful is the following. Because I was too very difficult to figure out the actual range to use them. Okay, now, this is something that's actually quite a pain in the ass to deal with. You're going to really work at this guy from the range, because he is hanging on the items. Now let's go collect those chests. As you can see up there, we've got money and we've got items. And we've got health. It's actually quite nice that each of these chests are distinct in their actual design. So you always know what you're going to get from them. It's also nice that you don't actually have to kill people in the bricks. The gameplay flow is actually quite nice. I'm just a bit of infections sometimes. Things like I'm using, I can't kill it. I love that energetic vibe. I love the background design for each new level. There's a beach, there's a crashed ship, this mountainous area. The overall natural design of it. Okay, I trapped birds. Yeah, sometimes positioning of enemies are very big pain if you risk taking damage or getting your jump cancelled, which is very dangerous if the players in battle. What I find wonderful is how they use the full effort to use the sound of the waterfall. The difficulty of the music, you can actually hear it. You hear the rush of the water that's falling down. That's so much extra effort that these guys put into the game. It's really actually flow of movement on that as well. Don't feel very stuck. The jump feels actually quite nice. Feeling control. Nothing feels floaty. Ooh, very flat. And lots of extra money. Walk off levels. So you can actually trick the AI at God damn. That was just cheap. As you can see, there is a little massacre during the falls. And now we get extra health. And now we're on the last level. The game itself is actually quite neatly designed in this game. And we are now in Final Boss's castle. Here, killing rats gives you money. Useless at this point. Oh, you could also look at them. Specific projectiles. Physical projectiles do that with. You cannot do that with magic projectiles. So be careful if you don't forget that. Be careful, yeah. You can risk giving yourself unnecessary damage from environmental hazards when you're trying to kill your enemies, or they can force you into environmental hazards. So while it is a bit easy to get unnecessary damage in this game, that is actually more on you than it is on the game designers. The game itself. The game is actually quite forgiving in how it's set up. for some reason it struggles to keep up with you. So there's a chance if you end up falling, you're going to not be able to see the platform to save yourself on. This is actually quite fun. Damage. That is actually quite annoying. It's helpful they give us health now. Now, that is actually quite useful because sometimes barriers will be crazy. The game still doesn't show you this earlier on, and watch out if it'll pop up in other levels, but as you can see, barriers blocking our forward. I love how this game still gives you a fun little romp-up shout. Yeah, I ain't jumping in the flames. Now, this is just the demo, so I don't think things are going to stay exactly the same when the full game eventually gets released. However, this game does overall give us quite a good idea for what we're going to get ourselves into. 5 levels, playing out throughout the entire 15 chapters this game is going to give us. But it shows us how the bosses will work, how enemies work, give us a bit of a variety of enemies, and it also gives us quite a nice bop of music to work with. And as we know with the Kraken boss fight, if there's no music, it means a boss fight's coming up. However, this is actually showing us the very end of the thing. So we're actually seeing the final boss. Now we don't actually get to fight the guy, but the game is actually teasing us a bit to get us wanting to get this if we already got the demo. Another nice bop of the boss. As you can see, we don't actually hurt him. The fight doesn't stop. How dare you challenge me? Actually, this is actually quite a cool looking boss. Diamond Soulful. Humanoid T-Rex? Or alligator? And he's got magic as well! The game also gives you quite a few things to add to the wish list. Now, one more thing just to add before I get into my conclusions game is the fact that there's a fun little thing you'll notice when you go into the scout selection. This game is co-op, meaning that if you have friends, you can connect over the Wi-Fi or have some control to whatever computer or laptop you're playing this game, you can play as the character in this, which is actually quite useful depending on how you feel about specific characters and you feel a bit overwhelmed by the game. So it adds a nice bit of help there. It's a bit like old games of arcade like Real Slide, where you sit next to another partner to play with. Now, overall, this is actually quite a fun looking game. One I think I will actually get once it comes fully on Steam. Overall, I'd give this game a nice 7 out of 8 overall. Look, maybe an 8 out of 10. Right, a 7 out of 10. Well, actually, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I'm happy with this game. I love to use it. I love the actual character moving the gameplay. And I actually love the overall design of the art, of the pixel enemies, of the overall landscape of each level we're playing on, giving us a good idea of how things change as we move and progress. Each level changes it, giving us an idea of the progression of where we're moving from these crashing, escapee ships as we are these warriors fighting back to the big boss to attack our home and slay the refugees. So I would actually recommend you play this game. Now, this is actually my first time talking a bit of review work here, so I apologize if this is not up to the standard reactions of watching this, but I would recommend this game for you. And now, to end things off with a bit of a bop, let's go to the staff roll so we all have a look at the movie with the blood and tears into making this actually quite fun game. And a very enjoyable arcade boss that a lot of us miss and kind of go back to, but this provides us. As I said before, this is a game I could wholeheartedly recommend if anybody feels the time, they have the time. It's a short demo with only 5 levels. It gives you a very good idea of how the characters play, how each of their skills work and the items work, and how the actual enemies and gameplay work. So, you're not wasting a lot of time if you don't end up enjoying it. And the fun part is that this demo works on just about the most recent modern hardware. So even if you only have a basic laptop, or computer system, it'll work quite well and easily on it. So you can get a very good idea of how this game will regularly work. And give a whole lot of thanks to the people who made this game, because they didn't have to put as much effort in as they had to, because there are people who would just grab retro style games because a lot of older people want to feel that joy they had as kids playing these games, and games like these give that to us. So thank Power Pixel Games, because they gave us a lot of effort, and thank the indie community. This is a great looking game, and I hope its full game looks even better. So thank you, and I hope everybody here who's listening to this review gives this game a chance.